One part smart, one part fun, all parts entertaining.
It's what we call Chatterbinge.
Perhaps it keeps you up at night. Perhaps rightly so. Perhaps not. Whatever it is your greatest fear. Caryn, mine is a general term which encompasses a great deal. Being unprepared. Does that make any sense?
Oh my gosh, for you, 150%.
Yes.
You are the most prepared person I know.
I don't know about that.
Talk more about that. This is interesting.
There are many different ways of being unprepared, and the things that frighten me for what I do. Let's say I'm unprepared for an interview. I get so worried that I'm going to sit down to speak to someone for this show, something that means so very much to me, and you know that. And if I just didn't know what to say, if I didn't read their book, if I didn't know about them. There have been interviews over the past couple of weeks here where I really wanted to sink my teeth into it because I'm scared to death that I wouldn't know enough to be able to have at least a reasonable conversation with someone. Unprepared for our segments, not ready to do what we do and work the magic that is Chatterbinge. How about missing a bill and not paying it on time? That freaks me out. I'm always looking for due dates. We've talked about the dog book that I maintain that has a picture of two poodles on it. It has every single thing that has to be paid every month, what day it's due, and when I paid it. And I draw a big highlight with a big thick yellow highlighter so I know I paid it. Not feeling comfortable with where I stand and being able to handle something or deal with something. That is my greatest fear. Maybe it's too much, but I think it forces me to be extra careful in life, to be extra preparational in what I do. So that's what keeps me up at night.
Oh my gosh, I have so much to say about this. First of all, question, do you feel the benefits of that fear? Because clearly you're an incredible interviewer. That's how we first came together and met each other. And I was blown away by how prepared you were. And now I have since come to learn this is a skill that you possess that's now motivated, I understand, by the fear of it. But you've also taken the fear and had it work so much in your favor. So I almost don't see it as a fear. I mean, I get, well, it is a fear. There's no getting around that. It is a fear, but it's just been a positive thing
I
for
guess
you.
so. I guess it has been. I guess it's a motivating factor more than anything else. But whenever it came to anything from a performance standpoint, whenever I've been in a theater production, I'm always the first actor at the theater. Way back in high school, if the call time was 4 o'clock, I was there at 3 o'clock. And I would be nervous until that first moment I walked out on stage to deliver my first line or sing my first song or dance in my first routine for that show. And I guess that has always stayed with me. My sports announcing jobs in stadiums in front of 10, 15,000 people. When it came to hockey, 20,000 people right there in the arena with me, listening to me. I'd show up hours ahead of time simply to make sure that I was as prepared as I possibly could be. So I guess as I'm talking about this, I'm learning that fear can be a wonderful motivator. So maybe I should appreciate that fear and not be afraid of it.
Were you taught that, or was that just an Kalegiism?
Well, I love how you just kind of coined a phrase and a whole new philosophy here. First came existentialism, now comes Kalegiism. Anyway,
There we go.
I really think that it's something that, for whatever reason, organically occurred in me because I had very low self-esteem as a kid. Very, very, very. So I guess I always feared that I would fail, and I lost that in high school. But that earlier part of my childhood, I was always scared. I was not a very good Little League baseball player. I would strike out most of the time. That instilled all kinds of fear in me, of failure. And that was a terrible experience, but I still endured it. Maybe that was a good thing that I did. But no, it wasn't taught to me. It just somehow erupted within me. And it was something that I learned to arrest And I guess now, as I'm learning, I kind of use it as a tool for my advantage now, if that makes any sense.
It makes complete sense. And I must tell you, as I'm listening to you, I am so polar opposite from you. I wish I had even the tiniest bit of what you had. I'm completely underprepared all the time. I am always late paying my bills. It's always an emergency. I'm always in a state of disarray, not when it comes to work. I mean, I would never show up on a set unprepared. That would be my biggest fear, as far as my profession is concerned.
Right.
And I'm driven and I'm wired to be responsible, which I know you are to a fault practically. But somehow I have managed to live my life and gotten through doing the exact opposite things that you do. And I find it interesting as I'm listening to you. You talk about your childhood, and certainly I'm no shrink, nor do I aspire to be, but I am fascinated by human behavior. So I'm wondering, as we're having this discussion, you had a very different experience as a young person than what I had. I had a mom that told me how special I was and how lovely and I could do anything in the world and the world was my oyster and I was cute and perky and the captain of the cheerleaders, and had all of this positive reinforcement as a young person. And I wonder if it didn't kind of make me lazy or I don't know if you understand my connection to those two thoughts.
I do.
It's very clear in my own head.
I do, yes.
Does it make sense? Where I was able to get by doing less. I was able to get great grades somehow, but was never prepared. I was that person in college who stayed up all night before, a final exam and still did okay. And I don't discuss that or put that forward in a way of saying, oh, look at how great I am. I'm saying I did the bare minimum and still I'm so aggravated by myself all the time that I'm so disorganized that I cannot get it together. I need what you have and it cannot be taught. So it's really interesting to me. And
wow,
I appreciate that about you and I need more of that. So,
well, I think you and I have come to know each other extremely well here over this past year. I find you incredibly prepared. I don't see any of that. So you're doing a very good job at hiding it to the outside world. And now, I didn't know this, back in the day, you're shutting down the bars in Syracuse, but you're still nailing the exam the next day. I'm very impressed by that.
I think you're giving me way too much credit.
Well,
I think it's a weird combination of fear of not being prepared, but not being willing to do the work to be prepared.
I see.
So I'm always scurrying.
Scurrying. You love that term. You use that so often in very different ways. You always use the word scurrying. I'm scurrying to go here. I want to examine that word and see why you use it as often as you do.
It's kind of like onomatopoeia, isn't it?
Whoa.
Like scurrying. It's like, look at that big word. It's like it describes what you're actually doing. I'm scurrying. I don't know. I think of a little squirrel like just going after the acorns and getting up the tree. I think part of why I'm always scurrying is because I am so underprepared. My car's a mess. I have bills here. I have a past due IRS bill, which I'm freaking out about.
And she just admitted it to the world.
and I'm going to pay it, but I totally forgot to pay a tax bill back in April. We don't have to go into very big detail.
I don't think we do. Wow. Can I ask, for the benefit of the audience and for the future of our show, are you close to being arrested?
No. It's just an estimated tax that needed to be paid April 15th.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I had paid it. And when I got this notice, with penalties, by the way, I'm like, well, that's aggravating. Didn't I pay this? I mean, and evidently I did not. So that's a clear example. Ed Kalegi would have had it paid in February, right?
Yeah, I think he
and
would have.
Caryn Richman has not paid it. So We are very different personalities, but it makes me laugh because I want more of what you have. And I think, it's a skill set that's really sort of important in life. We can't get by being as disorganized as I am half the time. So.
Little did I know that one day I would be doing a show with inmate number 6742563. Never thought that was going to happen. Please pay the damn bill. This is going too well. I don't need for you to waste your one phone call to me saying that we can't record tomorrow because you've been pinched for not paying your estimated tax, which now has penalties. Oh, I can't wait to hear this story. Obviously off the air. I'm Ed Kalegi.
And I'm Caryn Richman, and I'm going to get organized. This is Chatterbinge.
Don't try this at home. Ed and Caryn are professionally trained communicators.
This is Chatterbinge.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can always catch our best guest conversations and segments right here on the YouTube home of Chatterbinge.